We're currently surviving for 7 days on Snake Island, an isolated island deep in the rainforest, home to some of the world's most venomous snakes.
In part 1 of this series, we trekked deep into these remote jungles.
No!
Built a primitive shelter using only natural resources.
Not bad.
We should go and try to catch something.
Caught our own food and cooked it over an open fire.
Look at that one.
That's so yummy.
Along the way, we discovered a pack of dingoes living on the island with us.
What was that?
That's wild dogs just over there. And had a few close calls with some wild animals.
It's the evening of day 3, and we're about to go night snorkeling in a 100-million-year-old river that flows around the island.
Let's see what we can find. Right, the time has come. We're going night snorkeling here in this pool behind us. And this is a place that I've never snorkeled before. I've never been in this pool before. And I've never come down here after dark. So there's all new fish that are gonna be in this pool. And there's the potential to be fish in here bigger than Juliet. But I reckon we'll see some pretty cool fish tonight. This is gonna be the first time night snorkeling around Snake Island. Let's wait for it to get dark, chuck all the gear on, and see what we can find.
See what finds us. Warm up done.
Look at that! No way! We found an echidna! We found the other monotreme.
So this is the other species of monotreme that exists in Australia, and the other one of 2 that exists in the entire world. They're moving around this time of year because they're looking for a mate. Look at all the spikes on him.
What a weird looking animal. We found one on Snake Island.
I can't believe it. And we're about to get in the water to night snorkel, and this guy was just out walking around. So cool to catch him.
What this echidna is doing right now is he's actually burrowing into the floor. Now, this is their main defense mechanism. You know, they got all those spikes on their back, which are actually modified hairs. It's crazy. Same material as our fingernails, keratin. And they're very spiky. I've had to move them off the road a few times. And when you actually pick them up, those spikes won't release themselves. They'll stay attached to the animal. They're not like porcupines, which release their quills. I reckon that's my favorite animal that we found on this island so far. I love seeing echidnas. They're such travelers. These creatures are continuously wandering. They don't necessarily have a home. So whenever you cross paths with them, I feel like you're pretty blessed. We're gonna head back down to the creek now and start our night snorkel. So I just wanted to give a huge thanks to Cressy Pacific for hooking us up with all of these wetsuits and dive gear. I'll leave all the links to their products in the description, and I'm so keen to test them out for the first time. It's super cold out here. We're gonna keep snorkeling around for a little bit longer and see if we can find a few more fish. We just got out of the water. It's super cold in there at the moment, but we managed to find a few big lungfish. We saw some massive ones sitting on the bottom, a few different species of turtles, and what I was really surprised to see in there was some big Australian bass. There was one bass in there that I reckon was about 50 centimeters. Now the water is still a bit murky at the moment, and it's a deep pool, so you're diving down and often will spook these lungfish, which stirs up the bottom and makes it a bit harder to film. But how was it in there?
I especially loved just floating at the top with the little fish.
Yeah.
But yeah, seeing a lungfish up close was incredible, and I've seen, two new species today, echidna and lungfish.
Was that the first time you've seen an echidna?
Yeah, it was the first time I've seen one in person. I think it's
so cool.
New favorite.
Good job. Oh, what a crazy night.
So cold, I have to warm up my fingers.
Those lungfish were in that same appearance when Tyrannosaurus Rex were walking around on this earth. Such a step back in time, but I'm glad that you got to finally see it. So the disappointing thing, kind of disappointing because we've gotten used to sleeping here for the past couple nights, is that tomorrow we're going to be leaving this place and trekking to the unexplored forest here on Snake Island, looking for some of the world's most venomous snakes. The good news is we're going to be coming back to this camp for the final night.
I wonder what's going to be living inside our shelter when we get back.
Yeah. Day 3 on Snake Island complete.
We'll see you in the morning for day 4.
We have 3 more nights until we leave this place, and for the next 2 we're going to be camping in a different location. We don't actually know where we're staying yet, but somewhere around the river at the front of the unexplored forest.
So we camped at the junction for the last 2 nights, and we've been following this creek downstream. We're about halfway to our target area tonight, and then eventually, hopefully we can get into this area and explore a little bit of this unmapped bit of the land we haven't seen yet.
But the reason why we're heading to the river first and not straight to the middle of this unexplored forest is because we need to catch something to eat. We didn't eat yesterday. It's day 4 of this challenge and I'm feeling super drained. How are you feeling?
I'm hungry.
Let's keep hiking down this creek to the river and see if we can catch ourselves a feed.
What is it?
Big freshwater shrimp. If we can get a few of these, we can definitely cook them up. There we go. So if we can get about 10 of them, we can cook them up on the fire and they actually taste really good.
There's another one.
Yep. All right, there's 2. Just gonna chuck them all in my pocket like that.
Nice.
See how many we can get.
Where the other guys are?
The other one's over there in the dark. Look over there.
Oh yeah, true.
Good job, you got him.
Cute. You said that's a river one?
Yeah.
Can I pick him up?
Yeah.
There he is. Look at that. Not parasitic unless you're a dragonfly.
Yeah. Put him back down that light, you'll see him swim somewhat like a snake through the water.
When the light's on him, he looks rainbow. I'm hanging out here. Got one.
Good catch. There's a big one over there.
Okay.
You see him?
There's this little guy.
Cleaning up.
My hands are getting pretty full. He pinched me a little bit.
I mean, I think we've done pretty well in this one pool. We've got about 10 or so shrimp.
I'm pretty happy with this.
I reckon on the way down to the river, let's make a fire and cook them up. This is our second feed of this challenge, and it's good to know that we can catch this many in that short amount of time.
We are super grateful to have this meal. We've been snacking on some plants, but we haven't had any substantial amount of protein in quite a while. Yeah, excited to have something to eat and get us through the next few days.
All right, let's eat them. Here, you can have the biggest one.
Oh, thank you so much.
Okay.
Good. That tastes good.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Freshwater shrimp, not bad.
Yeah. Nearly there. We've nearly made it out to the river where we first arrived, right?
Yeah, close by where we first arrived. We can check it out and see the clarity of the water. It was a bit dirty when we first got here, but it hasn't rained for the past 4 days, so I reckon it might have cleared up by now. All right, so we just found this little overhanging tree right here down by the river, and I think this is gonna be our camp for the night. It feels safe, kind of protected by these trees at the back. We decided not to build a shelter on this section of the island just because I think it'd waste too much energy, and it looks like the weather's gonna be good for the next few days anyways. But this is the setup on the edge of the unexplored forest. And throughout the next few days, we're gonna be heading in there and seeing what creatures we can find.
It looks like there was a possum or a species of rodent in here recently by the look of these prints.
Yeah, look at those. You can see the claws on it. As long as they're not wild dogs, we're okay.
Uh-oh. Mill's down by the river, working on getting us some food. I'm just collecting some firewood. Hopefully he comes back soon. Thanks for warming it up for me. Looks beautiful.
All right, it's the last afternoon in this part of the island. It's been so good coming down to this part of the river. What's been your favorite place on the island?
I don't know, it's hard to pick a favorite. I've liked both places that we've camped. Building the shelter was really fun, as well as it's so beautiful down here. Like these peaceful moments, no one's around, and yeah, it's just beautiful to watch the sun go down here. Especially coming out here anticipating it to be a lot more scary than this. These serene moments seem pretty magic.
Snake Island sounds pretty daunting.
It's getting
So this is probably the coolest place that we've set up camp so far, and it's going to be the comfiest sleep that we have tonight because we're actually on sand, a bit different to what we set up
a lot
camp
better
on.
than what we had the last couple nights.
I'm grateful to be down by a big clear river, the same river that we went night snorkeling in. Now what we got planned for tomorrow is something pretty cool, and I've been excited for this the whole time. We're actually going to be doing a challenge where each of us go our own ways into this forest, meet back here after a couple of hours, and the goal is to find the deadliest creature that we can all the way out here on Snake Island.
I'm ready. You said it could be anything, so...
It can be anything.
The other cool thing is that it's going to be in the unmapped area. You haven't been to that area, right?
I haven't explored this area before.
So neither of us have seen what's out there.
We'll get a good night's sleep tonight, wake up tomorrow, and start this challenge. All right, it's the morning of day 5. We're about to go out and start this challenge. Who can find the deadliest species within about an hour? And then we're gonna meet back at this point. It's a lot hotter this morning, which is good. I reckon there'll be some snakes out.
I'm gonna head into the forest and keep along the water.
Stay close to that creek and don't touch anything.
That's my goal, is to not have to touch anything.
If you see something and don't get it on film, don't try to catch it. I'll believe you. Let's get this challenge started. All right, so we're looking for deadly animals right now on the outskirts of this island around this river. I think at this time of day, highly venomous species should be sunning themselves. Even though it's the middle of winter, often you'll find deadly species coming out to get a bit of sun on a hot day like this. Juliet's in the middle of the island looking for other deadly species.
I know what I'm looking for. I'm gonna stay close to the creek because one thing about me is I do get lost easily. So I have my target species that I'm gonna bring back to camp. Let's see if I can find it.
All right, so I've found the deadly animal that I was looking for. This right here is one of the most venomous snakes here in Australia, the red-bellied black snake. And this is exactly where you'd imagine to find these snakes at this time of day. Now, this is a highly venomous species, and I've challenged Juliet to see who can find the deadliest animal. Mate, I hope she doesn't find anything deadlier than this while she's walking out there through the forest.
It's so cool to be on the edge of the unmapped area right now, just knowing that there's so many different deadly things out here that I could meet at any moment. I'm gonna head back to where we were on the night walk the other night and see if I can find one. So I had a different animal in mind, but I found an animal that I'm really excited about, and it's coming towards me right now. So I'm going to turn the camera around. Hey, little guy. Beautiful snake. I'm so excited to tell Mill what I found out here. Now, this animal wouldn't necessarily be the deadliest out here for me, but it is the biggest species of snake that you could find out on this island. We haven't seen too many snakes out here on the island, so I'm pretty confident I could have found what could be one of the deadliest animals that either of us find today. And I've just seen behind me probably the grossest animal on the island crawling towards me. So gross. Ugh, yuck.
Now, one of my favorite things about these red-bellied black snakes is that they're actually a cannibalistic species, and they not only eat other red bellies, but they'll feed on the second most venomous snake on earth, the eastern brown snake, which is probably the #1 snake that we don't want to get bitten by out here. You can't mistake them. There's no other snake on this island that looks like this. See you later, mate. So it's been a couple of hours and we're sitting on the edge of this unexplored forest. Where we're camping tonight is about 100 meters back that way, and we haven't told each other what we found, but you did find something.
Yeah, I found something pretty cool.
Do you want to tell us?
It was a coastal carpet python.
You actually found a snake.
Yeah, I found a snake.
You found it.
It wasn't what I was looking for, actually. I was planning to go down to the water and find a redback because I really wanted to find a spider.
On those cliffs down at the water, yeah, that's actually a really good place for redbacks.
Okay, what did you find?
I found a highly venomous red-bellied black snake.
No!
Yeah.
I thought I was the only one who found a snake.
Well, when you said you're going into the forest, because the sun was out temporarily and it's very cold at this time of year, I was like, there's definitely got to be snakes coming out to bask in really sunny locations, so... I'm not cutting that part.
You are cutting that.
But yeah, that snake is in the top 10 most venomous snakes in this country. The fact that you actually found a snake, I'm very impressed. Yep. It's funny, you were looking for the redback spider and I was looking for a red-bellied black snake.
That would have been cool if I found one.
Would have been so cool,
yeah.
but guess not. Better luck next time.
High-fiving you after that. No.
Come on.
Nope.
Come on.
Nope.
Come on.
Oh.
Come on.
What are you going to do?
No, I'm not. I actually want a high five. So 2 more snakes that we've found on this island so far. Because it's so cold, it's so much harder to find snakes. If we were to come back here and do a week's survival at the start of next year, when it's really hot, we have the potential of finding 15 to 20 snakes within that time, which would be so cool. Lots more species as well. Is that something that you're keen for?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
So cool that where we're camping tonight is a place where both monotremes, echidnas and platypus, both coexist in the creeks and the land on this island.
Yeah, when we went on a night walk a couple nights ago, we walked through that area where the creek flows through the center of this island, and we found a platypus. Check it out.
So we're just walking up the creek right now and we're looking for platypus. That's our target species for tonight. Now, in these shallower sections, it's a lot harder to find these animals. Although they would be moving through these areas, they're mainly in the deeper pools. And just up this way, in the middle of this island, there's a deeper pool, and it's a place that I've seen platypus before. So we're gonna creep up and see if we can actually spot one of these creatures. We just spotted the first platypus, and this is the first one that you've ever seen in the wild.
Yeah, so cool.
And it looks to be a big male. The cool thing about this platypus right here is no one would have ever seen this individual animal, and there's a chance that this individual animal would have never seen people in its life before, and it's swimming around right in front of us, not worried about the torch that we're shining on it whatsoever. So cool. What's your favorite fact about platypus?
Probably that they are one of the only 2 monotremes in Australia.
What's a monotreme?
It's an egg-laying mammal, and there's only 2 of them in the world?
In the world, yeah.
Yeah.
There's only 2 on Earth. There used to be more. There used to be more species of echidnas, but they went extinct.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. On this island with us would be echidnas as well. So that's another species that we can keep our eyes out for the next few days.
What's your favorite fact?
About platypus?
Yeah.
Probably that when put under UV light, they have a biofluorescent blue-green glow all over their body.
I knew you were going to say something cooler than I did.
It's so strange, but what's even stranger is the scientists putting them under UV lights. Alright, so we've made it back to the shelter. It's the final full day that we have here on this island, and it started raining a little bit, so we've been taking cover.
Feels really good to be back here. I'm keen to go on another night walk for our last night and wrap up this challenge.
Let's try find one more really cool animal tonight to wrap up this wild adventure here on Snake Island.
Hopefully it's not raining.
Yeah.
Check out what we just found in this tree over here. I think based on his markings, he's a brown huntsman.
That is massive.
He's huge. He could also be a gray huntsman. I don't want to scare him too much. He's actually really sweet and I think a lot more scared of me right now.
So how are you feeling having a spider of that size on you right now?
I'm a little, and he looks smaller because he's like curled up right now. When we first saw him, he was really spread out and looked kind of big. And I'm shaking a little bit because I'm nervous. I'm actually a little bit scared of spiders. But we've seen a lot more gnarly looking spiders out here on Snake Island so far. So this guy, I'm actually not too worried about. His little feelers in the front are kind of spooky when they're pointed out and he's
going for a crawl?
feeling around. Yeah, he's going for a crawl. He might make his way up my arm. I just don't want him to go in my shirt. That would be appreciated.
I mean, that's fair enough.
Yeah. But they are known to actively hunt their prey. They'll go after mice, reptiles, sometimes even prey as large as birds. An animal of this size has most likely eaten a creature that I've just mentioned, which is pretty cool to think about. So there's over 100 different species of huntsmen that are known in Australia. I think my favorite species is one called the social huntsman, which will actually live and hunt in packs, essentially, which is very uncommon for a spider. Usually they're very solitary creatures. Like this guy, he's probably been alone most of his life.
Poor guy.
Poor guy. Hi. So I'm gonna let him crawl up. I think he wants to get away from me.
Yeah, cool. Oh.
Where is he at? He's very
there we go.
light.
He's
Is he on
climbing
my
on
head?
your head, yeah.
You can barely feel him, honestly. Like if he was crawling on me in the middle of the night, I'd probably stay asleep.
Put your head down a little bit. That's so cool.
It's a little bit of
Turn
like
to the side a little bit. Other way.
this way.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of like a shivers down the spine feeling, I'm not gonna lie, but it's also kind of sweet. Like I feel like we could create a really special bond if like we just hung out for a bit longer.
Yeah.
You know?
I reckon we get him back up in the tree that we found him on and head back to camp.
Sounds good.
So we just got the fire going on our last night here on Snake Island. It's been such a crazy adventure. We're gonna recap you with everything tomorrow, but
I'm so tired.
so tired, so keen to sleep. Pretty keen to get back home.
Can't wait for a hot shower.
Yeah.
We are going to get an early night's sleep and we'll see you tomorrow morning for day 7 on Snake Island.
See you then.
Or something.
All right, so we have just survived 7 days in the Australian rainforest here on Snake Island, a place filled with some of the most dangerous animals here in Australia.
It was hard. It was really challenging at times, but the encounters with animals that we had are
So many cool encounters
so
with
many
animals.
that I didn't expect.
Echidna's still your favorite?
Echidna was my favorite, but honestly, the huntsman too. Last night was really special. I've
so
never
cool.
been that close to an animal like that.
Yeah, and to find all those animals in the middle of winter, because it was so cold out here. The nights were super cold
Freezing.
on this island. Normally a lot of the animals will actually hide away, but they showed up for us.
Except for the fish. The fish were pretty elusive.
Yeah, it was hard to catch food out here, that's for sure. But if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're going to be heading on a road trip up North Queensland filming crocodiles in the next month. So stay tuned for that. You can go follow me on Instagram at Miller Wilson to see some of these behind the scenes clips. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again in the next adventure.
See you next time.